Hey everyone, this video is the final part of my mini-series on the Shrine Anchorite. I've made a small upgrade that changes the look quite a bit, a magnetized swappable head. When I was almost finished painting, I found an STL file online for a Byzantine style head for this character. I knew it would be a great and unique addition. While the new head was printing, I prepped the torso and the original head. Modifying the torso was easy, I just used a drill to make the existing hole a bit deeper. The situation was different with the head part. First I had to cut off the peg and sand the bottom flat. Then I had to drill a hole for the magnet exactly in the center. Since the head was already fully painted, I was worried about chipping the paint and mentally prepared for this. To protect it, I applied 2 coats of Vallejo varnish and let it dry for 24 hours. Even though I was quite rough during the process, the paint stayed perfect. It all turned out great. Quick disclaimer, the gluing method you see on the screen right now is a terrible idea. Don't do what I did. I ended up gluing the head to the body by mistake. It took me an extra hour to fix it and touch up the paint. Be smarter than me. In my previous 2 videos, I showed how I customized and painted this miniature. You can watch them to get the full picture and learn more details about this specific miniature. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share it with your friends and leave your thoughts in the comments section below. It really helps promote this video to more people who are interested in content like this. Thank you in advance. And now let's get back to the upgrading. Once the magnets were ready, it was time to paint the torso. The engine needed to look worn and rusty to match the character. To make it stand out, I used different shades of brown. I started with a contrast paint with the hard to pronounce name that you see on the screen. Next up, I used stippling method to add more brown tones for variety. I wanted the side pipes to pop, so I used a lighter rust color. Specifically in this case, I used Vallejo peroxide brown as the lightest rust tone. The candles were easy to do. I used warm gray and beige to give them a slight yellow tint. It's a very simple but effective way to get a good result. I decided to keep the candles unlit because, as I mentioned before, I still practicing light effects. I think it actually looks more natural this way. For the body, I used Citadel Iron Warriors as a base. Then I applied Agrax Earthshade over the armor plates. To avoid harsh lines, I used very thin, watery, dark brown paint before adding the rust. Finally, I added a green patina around the bronze central part and painted the pistons bright silver for extra detail. Now for the last piece of this long project. As I mentioned, this head is made in a Byzantine style. This style uses yellow and pink stone with the rows of red brick, and that's exactly what I wanted to capture. I attached the head to a metal tray using the magnet, but honestly, it wasn't that convenient. I painted the stone parts using a heavy dry brush with a sand tone. This saved me from having to add shadows later. For the window arches, I used resplendent red from the army painter. It wasn't a perfect match at first, but a sepia panel liner fixed the tone perfectly. I finished the metal parts, added rust and made the stone look weathered and dirty. For the roof I used oily steel and a heavy black panel liner. The most important part here is to soak up the extra wash at the bottom so you don't get any ugly black line. The final step was the blood paint. I followed the same steps as the rest of the model in my previous video. First, light translucent layers, then brighter red drips, and finally some black toned blood in the deepest areas. And here we are, the final result. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, see you next time, take care.